Good morning, day 241, cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. So today is going to be hot, it's going to be 90, so I'm kind of getting a couple things done in my garage, a little declutter project. It's going to be too hot to work outside today, in my opinion. So I'm going to continue with my decluttering and reorganizing and taking some resting in between. I have to get some more flowers. I'm missing my little hydrangeas, my little bouquet. So anyway, today I have a couple things that I already cooked ahead of time. Some pasta and some veggie grounds. So I want to cook those up with some tomatoes for dinner. And for breakfast, I still have plenty of choices. So we'll take a look in my refrigerator in a little bit here. And I'm thinking probably I'll get more laundry from my daughter. They need to finish up their plumbing in their house. That's why I'm helping her out with the laundry. But I don't mind. I know she needs the help, so I'm happy to help. But anyway, today I'm going to talk a little bit about enjoying your freedom if you're a single person, and even enjoying your freedom as a couple. So I want to talk about some ideas, some of the things that I'd like to do, and they don't include jumping out of an airplane, but you know, if that's your thing, that's great too. But it's simpler things. It's the simple things in life that make it interesting and happy. We have to create our own beautiful world because nobody's going to do it for us. So if you have an idea in your head of how you'd like your life to be, how you'd like your life to go, then just stay on that path, one foot in front of the other. One bite of that elephant at a time will get you to where you're going to go. So anyway, I will take you over to the refrigerator in a little bit. But first I'm going to show you what I'm decluttering. Well, here I am at Panera, and I finally connected with the lady, very nice lady, and I finally got the Christmas dishes sold. Yay, I hope she enjoys them as much as I did. So on to the next thing. Alright, here is my 15-minute declutter for today. These are things I brought back from the boat that I need to declutter. I have a bunch of flip-flops, some bathing suits, some cosmetics, cups, all different things. So that will be my 15-minute declutter. And then this is the box that I reboxed the chair in, so I have to put that back together and send them some pictures. So I'll be working on this. This is in my garage, and it's supposed to be hot today, so I need to do this kind of early. Alright, I'll be back. Good morning. Coffee time. Cheers. So, I want to talk a little bit about enjoying your freedom. Sometimes when we find ourselves alone, whether that's self-imposed or a relationship ends or you lose a spouse or, you know, something along those lines, we have to reestablish our own identity because we're so used to being a we rather than an I that it's a whole transition to go into the I mode, and that's not selfish at all. And I love this book. It's not a new book, it's been around for a while, and it's called The Artist's Way. And I've read pieces and parts of this book over the years, and it's by Julia Cameron. And she was, or she's an artist that she found herself, she was blocked. She couldn't create. So these are some of the steps that she went through, and it's a spiritual journey, which I love that part of it. But there's a part in here that at some point in my life I highlighted, and I just found it as I was looking through the book because I want to read it again. And the passage goes, "Often creativity is blocked by our falling in with other people's plans for us. We want to set aside time for our creative work, but we feel we should do something else instead. As a block creative, we focus not on our responsibilities to ourselves, but on our responsibility to others. We tend to think such behavior makes us good people. It doesn't. It makes us frustrated people." So I thought that kind of says it all. You know, I mean, so many of us, if you have a partner that likes to do this, and especially if they're kind of the my way or the highway kind of person, in order to please that person, then we just go along with whatever they want to do, and our own wants and likes and needs are kind of put on the back burner. And that's not good. So anyway, I wanted to talk just a little bit about embracing your freedom, whether that's, like I said, as a single person or as a couple. Now, as a couple, the freedom that you share has to go two ways. It can't always be my way or the highway. It has to be a give and take situation where you do things together that one likes, and then you do things together that the other one likes. Or just say, okay, it's okay, I really don't want to do that, so find a friend to do that with, and then be okay with it. Don't be like upset because your other is doing something with somebody else and not with you, and then you go do your thing. So anyway, some of the things that I came up with that you could do, especially if you find yourself newly single, you can explore new hobbies. If there's always been something in the back of your mind that you wanted to do, let's say photography or painting or knitting, or you get it. Then try it. Try a lot of different things, not just one or two. Try a lot of different things, and you're not going to like them all. Then if you find that you're liking something, then you can build on that. But if you don't try different things, it's like when you're dating. Date a lot of people, because otherwise you're going to end up with the wrong people. So check out a lot of hobbies. Anything that you ever wanted to think of that you wanted to do, check it out. Join a group of like-minded people, whether it's a gardening group or a walking, hiking group or a mountain climbing group or whatever your thing is. Join a group. That way you have the support and the camaraderie of other people that are like-minded, and you won't isolate yourself and become depressed. You can audit college classes. So a lot of colleges will allow, especially seniors, to go in and audit a class. You don't get credit for it, but you know, when you're older, it's like, who cares? Well, some of you might care if you want a degree, and that's good too. Work on a college degree. If you're 75 and you always wanted a college degree in library sciences or whatever, then, you know, go for it. If you have the funds to do that, that's awesome. Take dancing lessons. You know, even if you go by yourself, usually I would think, you know, they have a dancing instructor you could dance with, or, you know, join a dancing group where you have other single people. And if you're a woman, and you go dancing with another woman, so what? Or if you're a guy, go dancing with another guy, whatever works for you, you know. Explore your local library. I mean, if you're anything like me, I could spend hours in a library or a bookstore and just look at books and just there's so much information out there, and there's something about holding a book as opposed to doing online research. I mean, that's good too, but holding a book and reading a book, it's a whole new level of comfort and knowledge. Plus that you can reread something several times, like I'm doing with this book. Like I said, I love this book. Redo your home. Hello, that's me. I'm redoing my home. I'm not spending thousands of dollars on it, but I'm rearranging things, making it more comfortable, making it easier for myself to clean, just so that I know this winter I won't be going out that much if it's snowing. I just don't enjoy that. But you know, so I'll be spending a lot of time in my home. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of things to do and that I'm extremely comfortable in my home. And if you're a winter person, get some snowshoes and go hiking in the woods, or get some cross-country skis if you like that kind of activity in the winter. I'm sure there's groups you can join for that, or if not, you know, enlist a friend that might be interested in doing something outdoors. Adopt a pet. I mean, that's what I did. I adopted 3 rescue dogs, and I haven't been sorry at all, ever. They do make a lot of dirt, but, you know, we've already had that conversation. So adopt a pet, you know, whether it's a bird or a gerbil or a turtle or a dog or a cat. If you don't want to adopt, then go volunteer at a local shelter. Some of them will let you play with the dogs or read to the dogs and cats, just to spend some time, because they get lonely too. And if you're lonely, spend some time with another life form other than people. If you say, oh, I don't like animals, give it a try. You might have a shift in your thinking, you know, because animal bonds can be actually sometimes closer than bonds that you have with people. Go on a road trip, you know, enlist a friend. If you don't have any friends, then make some friends along the way if you go solo, and start off small. You know, like if I wanted to do that, I could take a trip down to Amish country, which is just, you know, an hour and a half away, and they have a lot of shops there. They have a lot of fun things to do. That's, you know, a short road trip. Start out with short road trips and then build on it. Then if you wanted to go to the Ozarks, if you've always wanted to go there, then do that. Or if you wanted to go see the Northern Lights, then go do that. You know, so plan some sort of a road trip. I know gasoline is crazy expensive now, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that things change and the pendulum will swing back the other way. But even if it doesn't, you can go on a bus trip. Those usually aren't too expensive. If you have the inkling, go on a short train trip. I mean, even here in the Ohio Valley, they have train trips that you can go on, and they go through the valley. I went on one of those, though, a few years ago, and they go by the eagle nests, and you know, it was fun. And they have a wine bar there. Of course, the wine bar is crazy expensive, but you know, I mean, you can save up and treat yourself once in a while. Rekindle old friendships. I mean, there's so many ways to connect with people that you used to know. There's Facebook groups, there's what is it, like the high school reunion groups. There's friends that you know, just have lost touch with because you've been busy, they've been busy. Set up a lunch date or go to breakfast, you know, that's even cheaper. But if you're really on a tight budget, or just save up for a lunch and have a salad and a baked potato or something simple, or just meet for coffee and catch up, you know, so that's something to do. Stay up all night and binge watch TV, or stay up all night and read that novel you've always been wanting to read. Of course, chances are you're going to doze off. That's what I do. But, you know, the intention is there. And then sleep until, you know, noon if you want. So that's something that you might want to think about doing. Learn to meditate. That's something that's very good for your body. It's good for your soul. It opens up your thinking. I used to be big time into meditation when I was in the martial arts, which I did for a number of years. I meditated every day, and it was really, it's life-changing. So learn to meditate, and then if you know, you say, oh, I tried that, I can't do it, I can't do it. Eventually you can do it. It's something that takes practice. They call it a practice because you have to do it every day. Start out with 5 minutes. Just sit quietly and don't fight the thoughts that come in your head. Just let them go. Let them come and let them go. And the next thought, let it come and let it go. Eventually you'll get there. You know, just build on it. Maybe start off with 5 minutes and then do 6 minutes in a couple days, and eventually, you know, set a goal how long you want to meditate eventually, like say 20 minutes, and work up to it. You're probably not going to be able to sit and meditate for 20 minutes. You'll just get bored. But it's a whole, you have to do it in order to understand how calming it is and how refreshing. Commune with God. That doesn't mean you have to go to church. If you're a couple and you enjoy going to church, do that. Join a church group, or, you know. For me, the whole world is my church. Whether it's my backyard, my living room, my kitchen. I talk to God all the time. And I pray. You know, I don't have a schedule where I pray, but you can. You can make yourself a little special place in your home where you go to be quiet and to just commune with God. So I know not everybody's into that, but that's okay. God loves you anyway. So, but it's a good thing for your soul to believe in something other than yourself. And if that's, you know, if it's the universe that you believe in, or Buddha, or Allah, or, you know, whoever you pray to, commune with your God. Do nothing all day long. Just do nothing. Don't cook, don't, you know, order out a pizza if you want, or have leftovers, and do nothing. Just lounge around and take naps and read a book, or, you know, whatever your nothing is. We all our nothing is something different. take some self-defense lessons. You know, whether that's taking a martial art, learning to shoot a gun, learning to use a bow and arrow, you know, anything. Hand-to-hand combat, boxing, Tai Bo, anything. Learn a self-defense something. And there's a million things you can do. These are just some of the things that I thought of that weren't too expensive. Take an online class. There's tons of those. Take a class at Home Depot. I just signed up for a class on how to use power tools. So, you know, they have free classes. So you can take free classes. Take a free cooking class. Take classes online. You can learn anything online. You don't even have to sign up for a class. Just binge watch Bob Ross, or, you know, binge watch some of these DIY people, if that's what you're into. It's free. As long as you have the internet, it's free. And if you're watching me, I'm assuming you have the internet. So one last thing, and that's more expensive, but you can save up for it, is take a cruise. They have lots of single cruises that you can go on, or go on a cruise as a couple, as a romantic getaway, go to somewhere you've always wanted to go. And if you cruise to an island and you have the opportunity to stay on that island for a while, like, what was it, Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth, can't remember her last name, but anyway, when her marriage ended, she went on this big huge tour of Bali and Italy and all these different places. So that's what she did. So do what you can afford. Even if it's only going on a short cruise. Here on Lake Erie, we have boats that go on day cruises and things like that. So there's so many things in life to do that, you know, take the opportunity, especially if you're by yourself. Take the opportunity to really get to know yourself again, to do things that you've always wanted to do but didn't do because maybe your partner didn't want to do them with you. And if you're a couple, please take each other's interest in mind, you know, and find common ground that you both enjoy. All right, well, that's my little chat for today. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee, and then I'm going to get busy and do a little decluttering. All right, I will be back with breakfast in a little bit. Well, here's today's harvest. Not a whole lot, but I'll take it. It's enough to add to a meal. All right, very good. Okay, time for dinner. So I have the grounds, the pasta, and the chard, and a tomato. And in here, I'm going to make like a tomato butter sauce. So I have about 1.5 tablespoons of butter here in the pan. And I'm just going to cut up this tomato. This is my last store-bought tomato. So I want to eat that up because it's the oldest, and I have some beautiful homegrown tomatoes too, but I'm not going to use those for this. So I'm just going to cook this down a little bit, add my veggie grounds. Those are sausage veggie grounds. And then I'm going to also add some of the chard, because I do want to eat that up. because that is homegrown and I don't want to waste that. So very simple dinner tonight, quick cooking. So if you cook some things ahead like pasta and rice and potatoes, even if you keep some of everything, a little bit, in your fridge, you can make a really quick dinner. Now, I don't even remember the last time I went out and got a fast food meal. It's been a long time. Oh, I have a whole carpet of dogs under me. So that's just going to go in. You can add an onion to this if you want. You know, whatever you like. So I'm going to add some garlic salt. If you don't have garlic salt, just add salt and pepper. And then some fresh ground pepper. And I'm going to let that cook down a little bit. And then I'm going to chop up some of this chard. And I'll add a little bit of that too for some greens. But I want to save a little bit of it for another meal. So I think that'll be good. A little less. And I just want to chop this fine. Now it's already chopped, but I want it chopped smaller. And I think you can still plant chard. I don't think it's too late for that. So I don't know, I might plant a little bit more. They're going to take down that tree hopefully next week. So I don't want to do too much with the garden until I know what's going to happen and how big of a mess that's going to be. So today I ran to Mark's, picked up a couple things. I needed some black trash bags because I only had really big ones and I want to use those for my declutter. So I picked up some of those and some biscuits. I got some biscuits and I got some Bush's vegetarian baked beans. Because the last time I had those were really good. So I wanted to get those again. And I figured those would be really delicious with the biscuits for a quick dinner or lunch. Alright, I'm going to let this cook down before I add my pasta, and then I'll be back. Okay, well this is cooked down pretty well. I'm going to add the veggie grounds. And those were really good. I will buy those again. They were Gardein Italian sausage grounds. And I like them. I think they were really tasty. So okay, I'm going to add the pasta too. And I think all of this is going to be a bit much. So I'm just going to add half to begin with. I might save the rest for breakfast because you guys know how much I love noodles and eggs. And I'm going to put some of this Parmesan Romano on here. this might need a little bit more butter. I'm not sure. Well, I think it'll be all right. And I think that's enough pasta too. It's a little heavy on the grounds, but I do want to eat those up. All right, here's what it looks like. So I'm going to plate this up, and I'll be back. Doggies. Okay, so here we have it, dinner day 241. Just some cook-ahead food and tomatoes. All right, I'm going to eat my dinner. Let me give this a taste. I'm sure it's good. I love just about anything with pasta. All right, going to eat this up. And that's all I have for you today. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.